What's going on, guys? TeamTactiks here, coming at you with a new video. Music. Yeah.
Tactics Strafe here, and these are the 10 ways that we're going to make you a better Fortnite player.
Yeah.
Tip number 1. Make sure you land in places that you are comfortable with or can handle. A ton of the time, for new Fortnite players, they'll think it's a great idea to land tilted. There's a lot of people there, a lot of people to kill. It's not a great place unless you're a very experienced player. Try landing in places like Shifty Shafts or the houses outside of Snobby. That will give you the opportunity to get more loot and even push the people in Snobby after they're done fighting.
What's going on, guys? Zach here from TeamTactiks. Build every time. I've learned over the... What is so fucking... Tip 2. Building, every... Wow. What's going on? Fuck the CEO. Tip 2.
Zach's fired!
And that's a wrap.
Well... Tip 2. Build every time. Make sure every single gunfight you build. Even if it's not the best choice, always get used to building, because building is what makes people a better player. Building makes it a lot harder to kill you, because if people are wasting their bullets on your building, they're not hitting you. Make sure you take the high angle. Don't make your forts one by one, and don't make them so high that if they get blown out, you will die from falling.
Alright, tip number 3 is learning when to push and when to stay. For me, I like to push. Like, when I do squads, I push 2 in and 2 stay back and kind of like float around. So if you do that, most of the time, you'll be able to pick people off from behind if you stay. And the guys that push up will just go up and finish them and be able to give you intel back to find out where the other guys are.
Tip 4. Use weapons that fit your playstyle. I personally like the tac shotgun. In close situations, it's probably the hands down the best gun in the game. There's not much else I got after that, guys.
I mean, the tac sub's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taxon's best kill scorer.
Taxon, hands down,
Best
yeah.
CQB gun
Shit's
of
lit.
all time.
If you're a burst guy, use a burst. If you're an AR guy, use an AR. Don't try and be a sniper if you can't hit your shots. Don't use a rocket launcher if you never use it.
You die. Tip 5. Don't loot unnecessarily. And what that means is to like not push the loot piles that are fresh, because they probably are going to attract more people because there's probably just a firefight there, assuming so. And if you just see a loot pile randomly or a supply drop, don't just push to it because you just see it and it just landed, because there's a chance that other people saw it too and they're going to push to it too and they're going to try and want to get it as well.
Tip number 6. I forgot what the fuck it was.
I could have fixed that.
Alright, I'm back. Tip number 6. Don't take too many guns into combat. The most important thing in a firefight is bringing healables. If you get shot, med up. Build around you, get to a safer place, and med up. I just recently took on the playstyle. I only take 2 weapons in. I typically will take an AR and I'll take a tac sub. End game, I'll pick up a 3rd gun and bring 2 short healables. The biggest problem is when people go into combat, they have 5 guns. They get shot a few times. You can't push with 12 health no matter how many guns you have.
Tip 7. Don't fight against the high ground. What that basically means is if someone has already obtained the high ground, you're going to be put in a bad situation if you try to push them because they already have it. So what you want to do is just build a base, try and do whatever you can to kill them or take down their structure or whatever they're in. Because building up to them, probably they already have traps. They can have anything ready for you. So it's not a good idea.
Alright, tip 8 is knowing the type of player that you are. So for me, I'm more of like a close combat, like CQB type of person. Strafe is more of like a long distance. He likes to use his sniper. I don't like to give up. And Zach is just Zach. But knowing the type of player you are really helps you in game, because if you're gonna try and push and you don't know how to push necessarily and build up to them at a good enough rate, it won't be good for you. You'll probably end up dying. And like having someone in the back that knows how to like play distance would be like very helpful for you. And that's pretty much it.
Everyone comment below, #rewinds can't snipe.
That's false.
Tip number 9. One of the most important tips on this entire video, so pay attention. Know where the storm is. Do not get killed by the storm. It doesn't matter what guns you have, how much health you have. If you get killed by the storm, it is worst case scenario. Do not push unnecessary fights when the storm's closing in, and make sure that you are always in range, that you can make it to the storm. You never want to fight from behind.
Tip 10. Understand where the bus route is and understand where you land. If you land at Snobby, you're going to be running past Soccer Field, Tilted Towers, depending on where the storm is, but most likely that's your route. So you got to know when the bus is leaving and coming from, because that is the most area where people are dropping.
And here's a little bonus tip from our CEO. Come on in.
Mike, come
Come
on.
on, Mike.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here it is.
Play with confidence. Always.
Kid's a monster.
No, longer.
How long do you want this?
Thanks for watching.